college tour. We are here at the University of South Alabama. I'll introduce just briefly. I don't think Miss Alexis will be joining us, but she's a Jemison class of 2018 member. She is also a student at South. She would be more than happy to interact with you guys if you have a similar interest. For those of you, I think we have someone on the call, maybe they're not here yet, who's interested in nursing. She'd be happy to talk to you guys, I'm sure, even if she's not able to be here today. But let's go ahead to Jakeysha. Is there anything else you wanted to add about yourself that I missed?
No.
Oh, you have a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, I added a few things. Only that when I graduate South, I hope to go to law school in New York. And after that, I want to live in Texas. And eventually start my own practice in Texas. Law practice, that is.
Heck yeah. I think we can ask you later, but I see that you're also a part of the National Residence Hall Honorary and Alpha Kappa Psi fraternity. So I'm sure, do you want to tell us anything about those things?
The National Residence Hall Honorary is basically like for students who live on campus. We find ways to like improve student living and make it more fun and memorable throughout your college years. And AK Psi is a business fraternity. We aren't really that active this semester because for whatever reason, I don't know why, but yeah, that's all.
Sorry, had to just do a quick scene change. And then let's hear a little bit more about Ashley. Let's see what else she included. Go ahead, Ashley. Tell us about yourself.
Like Ms. Heller said, I'm an exercise science major on the pre-professional track. So that means I'm on the physical therapy or occupational therapy track. But I decided to steer off from doing PT and decided to become an athletic director at the collegiate level. I plan on attending South Alabama again for my graduate school to get my master's in sports management. I'm a part of National Residence Hall Honorary as well. I'm just abbreviated ABK, which is an honor society, and I'm also a third year RA.
Wait, no, tell us what it is, because I typed it out and I didn't know.
It's Abenifu Ku. It's kind of hard to say, but it's basically a minority honor society here on campus. So only minorities are inducted.
Oh, that's awesome. Super. And just to kind of reorient ourselves, as always, the point of these tours, whether they're virtual or in person, is for you guys to get a chance to do firsthand research. So actually talk to the people who go there and figure out as best as possible what your best fit college is. Even if it's not USA specifically, there's lots of schools that kind of match up to USA's sort of type of school, whether it's UAB or UAH, to explore as many colleges as possible and to close the opportunity gap so that we all have the same opportunities when it comes to having a fair shot at choosing your best college. Oh, I love these. I'm so excited to learn. Tell us how to be South students.
Ashley, I'll let you take the lead.
Okay, so some things that like you'll hear a lot while attending South or just in the Mobile area. So one like fun saying or chant that South students say is South in your mouth. Definitely. The background behind it, I really don't know, but you will see a lot of stickers with like the abbreviation in like a mouth, and it's just something that we say at like football and especially basketball games. We have the Mitchell Center. So the Mitchell Center to us is like the BBC of Huntsville. So like all of the big renowned like stuff is there. So we had like the Globetrotters, Harlem Globetrotters there. And we also have concerts, and that's where graduation take place and stuff like that. We do have a new football stadium that opened up this year on campus called Hancock Whitney. So you'll definitely hear a lot about that. That's also able to transform into like a concert setting as well. They're able to move a piece of the field off and have it open up as a stage. Mobile is known for Mardi Gras. We are the founders of Mardi Gras. So you will hear about Fat Tuesday, and South allows all students to take off for Fat Tuesday. Some of the surrounding schools around South take off for the whole week, but South only takes off for Fat Tuesday. So usually you will see like students either going downtown, or we will go to like New Orleans, which is like 3 hours away for Fat Tuesday. And then we have our mascot, which is, well, our mascot is Jaguars, but our little character mascots are Southpaw and Miss Paula. And you'll see them in the picture. And we have like a statue of Southpaw that everybody takes pictures with. And it's just a cute little thing that South does. But yeah.
So cute. I love them. They're so adorable. Oh my God. It's like little baby Jakeysha and Ashley as cheerleaders, but Jaguars.
God.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so a little like intro to South. South is a large public university, which means that we have a really big campus. Obviously, we're located in Mobile, Alabama. And some things to know about admission is that the median score for the ACT is a 19, for the SAT is a 990, and the GPA requirement is a 2.5. So relatively easy. It's not like a Auburn or Alabama. And then the 2021 tuition is $8,396. So again, it's not like Auburn where it's crazy expensive. And so it's relatively affordable. And that's the price per semester. And then for in-state, and then out-of-state is $16,292. So still not crazy expensive, but yeah.
Let me make sure I'm sharing my audio. This is a pretty quick video that we can take a look at, and then we'll get the more like personalized touch from our lovely tour guides.
Oh, will it work?
Can you guys still see my screen?
Yeah.
At the University of South Alabama, we inspire, we illuminate, we generate ideas that propel our region forward. We transform our students into leaders who have the confidence, knowledge, and ability to change their communities for the better. Together, we make a lasting impact on the world around us. We are your University of South Alabama.
Go Jags.
Super. So they're going to lead us through a campus tour from their perspective, which I think will be even more engaging, of course, than watching some like video. While we are on the way, feel free to, again, take note of some questions. You can ask questions in the chat or just kind of note them and be ready to ask them at the end. Fully and thoughtfully complete the reflection at the end. So try to learn something and we'll kind of hear what they have to say. Oh, there's another video, sorry. Video and then their personal one.
South's location is awesome because it's only about 30 miles or so from the beach, so it's really not hard to make a quick weekend getaway. I love Mobtown because I feel like I always find something new every time I go downtown, whether it's Mardi Gras or I'm just enjoying great food on a spring evening. South's campus has a really awesome atmosphere because of how open it is. It really invites some of our natural surroundings that are so inherent to Alabama to be part of our campus life.
When I visited South's campus, I loved everything about it, especially the faculty. I think that was the biggest thing because everybody was so friendly. I think what makes South special is a very student-centered atmosphere. Is that when you arrive on campus, you already feel like a part of the community.
When I applied to South, I was really pleased to see that I was in a university that offered me so many different opportunities, and that's what really made me feel like I was in the right place.
With all the scholarships on campus, the freshman leadership scholarships, they're in classes together. You know, you have a really close group of people that you know as soon as you get on campus. There are also tons of other opportunities for different majors, pre-health majors. Anything that you're passionate about, you can come to campus and probably find something where you can get rewarded for that passion.
Being involved in a research-based university really gave me the confidence to pursue what I wanted. It enabled me to feel like I could really apply what I learned to make a change and a difference in society.
South has definitely prepared me for the future. All the opportunities that I've had prepare me for, you know, getting the job, but also, you know, maintaining a strong work ethic.
With South offering over 200 different student organizations, you're bound to find your place. Whether it's athletics, cultural events or organizations, career-based organizations, or even academic groups, you're going to find your place here.
There are so many different locations on campus that you can grab something to eat in between classes or a drink from Starbucks when you're studying. As a freshman living on campus, it was very convenient. You know, you're right next to the dining hall, you're right next to all your friends. I loved how all the residence halls were right next to each other, so you didn't have to go far to visit a friend.
Game day has such a vibrant, exciting energy to it. There's no way you're gonna sit there and be quiet and think you're just gonna have a calm time with your friends. You're gonna get up there, you're gonna scream, everybody's screaming "Go Jags" on game day, walking around campus between classes, you can feel it in the students here.
Come see for yourself what South has to offer and become a Jag.
Now we're ready for the real. All right, I'm gonna turn it over to you guys.
Okay, so we're going to give a slight overview of some of the buildings and colleges here at South, and me and Ashley will just take turns with each one. I'll let Ashley do the first one because that's kind of in her major a little bit.
So the first one is Pat Cap's COVID College Allied Health Professions.
Sorry.
So basically, if you look at the picture, it's the very top picture. That's where we have most of our nursing classes. You will have the PT department in there, the OT department in there. You'll also see a lot of human anatomy majors in there. Anything like kind of pre-health or health related will be in that building. Jakeysha, you got the next one?
Yeah, okay, so the next one is the College of Arts and Sciences. Most of those classes will be in the humanities building. It's not listed on the PowerPoint slide, but most of your gen ed classes like histories, Englishes, foreign languages, those type of classes will be available in the humanities building. And Ashley, take the next one.
Okay. Then we have the Metro College of Business. That's where you have like your accounting classes. It's the third picture to your left with like the big globe. No, I'll take that back. That's not the picture. Sorry, that's another one. But for the Metro College of Business, you're doing like your accounting classes, your business management classes, leisure studies. You might have a few sports management classes in there. What else? Financing classes will be held in the Metro College of Business. I guess I could do the next one as well. College of Education and Professional Studies, that's where my major falls under. So with that being said, if you see the picture that says University Commons, that's where most of those classes are kind of held. So you can do like your psychology classes sometimes are in there. If you want to be like become a teacher, so early education or all those education type majors would be also listed in that building. And yeah, you want to do the next one, Jakeysha?
For sure. So the College of Engineering is located in the Shelby Hall here on campus. I don't know too much about engineering, but for the most part, I know it's like where you'll take a lot of math classes, a lot of science classes, things of that nature.
Okay. And then you also have the College of Medicine, like I said, with the doctoral program for pediatrician and things of that nature. That's also some of those classes and people are located also in the allied health professions. And that goes with the Doctor of Pharmacy program and College of Nursing. And Alexis is here now to talk about College of Nursing.
I was going to say, Alexis, you missed your intro, but welcome. We're so happy to have you. So for everyone who was on the call before, Alexis is here for real now, I think. Where are you?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, yay. Awesome. Do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself and then talk to them about the places where your classes are held?
Well, my name is Alexis Batty. I graduated from Jemison in 2018. I was a valedictorian. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia, but I moved to Huntsville. I'm currently a student at the University of South Alabama. I'm in my junior year in the College of Nursing, so I'm in my first year of nursing school. And yeah, my classes right now are online. Like, the reason I wasn't here on time today was because I actually had a nursing clinical where we have to be on Zoom from 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. So that's like why I was late, because like she just let us out of the clinical. So it's like a lot of paperwork and a lot of stuff that I had to sit through for like those 10 hours. And if you go to sleep, like they take a picture of you and you have to redo the clinical day another day for 10 hours. So that's kind of hard. But yeah, the College of Nursing, it's a really good college to be in. I mean, I love the College of Nursing. It definitely is very hard and very challenging. And it has been pushing my mental capabilities as well as my sleeping schedule too. So I just been trying to like survive. And if you can ask Ashley, anytime she talked to me, I'm probably like, well, I got to study for this test, or I have to make 100 on this test, or I have to do this or do that. So yeah.
What's the next one? Honors College. I don't know too much about that one either, but I know if you're like an honors student, a lot of the students stay in the Epsilon 1 residence hall, but we'll get into residence hall a little bit later. Yeah.
And then we also have graduate schools. So said I'd be going to South again for sports management for graduate school, but we do have a lot of master's and doctoral type programs that you can attend on South's campus. So I guess I could start off again. So here are some of our most visited places on campus. So on the top left corner, you will see not the student rec center, but the student center. That's where you will get like Chick-fil-A, Moe's, Panda Express, Pizza Hut. You also have a bookstore located in our student center. You have the mailbox place there in your student center. You can also get to like the SGA office and different other offices are located in the student center that you might need to go to. I rarely go into any of them, but they are there for people to work in. And there is open spaces outside and inside to where you can sit down, eat lunch, or even study. And I know some people even have their Zoom classes in the student center just to get out of their room. Then on the right-hand side is a video of our student rec center. So I believe our rec center is it's not old, but it's probably very newly updated. And we have a bunch of swimming pools, a saltwater pool. We have 2 floors of equipment. We host classes, so you can take like a Zumba class, a yoga class, like a full body workout class, a HIIT class. And I don't know if I said cycling, but we also have cycling. And they also hold different events throughout the school year as well, like pool parties and like a crawfish type event as well. At the bottom left, we have our Stanky Field, which is where our baseball players play at. And a couple of other places that we also like most visit on campus is like the library, the Mitchell Center, like I said before, and now our new football stadium called Hancock Whitney.
Okay, I have some questions. What is this guy on a hoop doing in this picture?
Somebody told me the reason of that statue, but he's just there. It's a statue that's in the middle of our like yard of the student center. Once I found out,
What's the reason of it?
decorations, maybe somebody told us, but like it wasn't that big of a thing. It's just he's just there. Maybe he's looking after all of us.
And then like, why is the field stanky?
I think like one of the older baseball players from South was his last name was Stanky, and so they just like dedicated the field to him, I believe.
Yeah.
Bradford said it was Ashley's kin, or maybe it was Ashley herself who was named for it.
No, I'm just that popular. That's why Bradford.
Did y'all want me to play this video?
You can if
Yeah.
Okay, let's check it out.
Hey, my name is Omar Mula. I'm from Daphne, Alabama. I'm a personal trainer here at the USA Rec Center, and I'm also an exercise science major. At USA, there are lots of clubs and activities to participate in. And here at a rec center, there are many ways you can be involved in an active lifestyle.
Hi guys, my name is Bonnie. I'm a mechanical engineering major here at South. I also work at the rec center, so let's go check out our facilities. So what's available to you? Let's go check it out. The Student Recreation Center offers cardio machines, free weights, workout spaces with exercise machines and accessories like medicine balls, a multi-purpose court for basketball, volleyball, and other games, an indoor track, racquetball courts, table tennis, and an indoor soccer field. And don't forget about our amazing 40-foot rock climbing wall.
Our Student Rec Center offers a Southfield program comprised of group fitness, personal training, wellness, fitness certifications and workshops, and education. You can take classes like Zumba, boot camp, yoga, and spinning. The Rec Center facilities also include a dance studio and kickboxing studio. Individual instruction from one of our personal trainers can give you motivation and teach you proper workout forms to maximize your workout experience. Now let's check out our pools. Students can swim laps in our 25-yard, 6-lane indoor pool, or enjoy open swim hours and play water basketball or volleyball. The outdoor pool is the place to play water volleyball, water basketball, water polo, or take an aquatic fitness class. You can also relax out on the pool deck or in the outdoor hot tub. An added bonus to your student recreation experience is access to free lockers, showers, and a sauna in the locker rooms.
We're not done yet. Whether you've just finished working out or want to enjoy a break, you can stop by Fresh Market Smoothies to find something delicious and healthy. So what does it cost to have access to this amazing facility? It's free for students. Make sure to bring your student ID to enter, and we'll look forward to seeing you here soon.
Do you guys go there?
We
I
used.
used to.
I go.
Oh, is it because of COVID that you used to?
Yeah.
Now you're
Okay.
like, I don't know if they follow this, but you're kind of restricted to go, like how many people they can have inside. So I just don't bother.
I still go.
And also, I think you have to like make an appointment now. before
Alexis
you-
can tell us, she goes.
Yeah.
You do, but I mean, most of the time, since people just be acting stank and they don't want to go,
Oh.
no shade, just saying. They don't like if you call up there and be like, yeah, I'm trying to come to the rec. They'll be like, okay, cool. They're like always accepting walk-ins. They have like 40 spots up for people that want to just walk in and go. So if you call because you don't want to drive over there and waste your time, they'll be like, oh yeah, come on in, we have spots. And they close down for like an hour and a half in between sessions to sanitize and clean all the equipment. So
Really, we're about to see Jakeysha sneaking up behind Alexis because she's given her a death stare for that one.
No.
But we're at Jakeysha's favorite place on campus, according to her fact. Tell us about it.
So yes, Hancock Whitney is the new stadium that's on campus, and it's within walking distance of majority of the residence halls. I've actually only been there once because I had to work a concession for one of the football games, but it's really nice. And there's like 96 like point of sale places, and the terrace, I believe that's what they call it. It's also really nice, but I believe you have to be 21 to be on the terrace. But it's really nice, and I just like how like Southy it is, if that makes sense.
What does it mean, point of sale?
Like registers, cash registers.
Oh, like to buy snacks?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Took me a second to figure out why that was like a selling point. Got it. Yeah, I feel like it's like, so, I mean, you guys, like I said, all of them were actually cheerleaders in high school. So I feel like the school spirit vibe is strong with this tour. Do you want me to play this?
Yeah, it gives you like a look of what the stadium looks like.
Okay, cool. You guys found so many good videos.
Every great college football game needs a grand entrance. Here at Hancock Whitney Stadium, we have one. They'll go down a tunnel, take a right to the main entryway to the tunnel, and then when the timing is right, they take the field and they get ready for the game. Now we're down on the playing surface at Hancock Whitney Stadium is Abraham A. Mitchell Field. Mr. Mitchell, as he always has been, was very generous and gracious with his contribution to make the stadium a reality. And so the field, the surface we're standing on, has his name on it in 2 places, on the field and then also on the press tower. The Michelob Ultra Terrace is the result of a generous gift of the Budweiser Busch distribution people. We appreciate their support. You can separate it into 3 different sections that can accommodate 100 people per group. And then the unique thing about the middle part of the Michelob Ultra Terrace is the upper level is actually portable. We remove the middle fencing, the back terrace moves forward, drops down to the front terrace, and becomes a stage that's about 80 foot long by 60 feet deep. And then to have the video board behind the stage, we think it's a tremendous setting for a concert here at Hancock Whitney Stadium.
Did you want me to play the whole thing?
No, I was gonna cut off right there.
Oh, you guys, dang, y'all know all about technology. Have they had a concert there yet, or it was like got messed up now probably because of COVID too?
I'm pretty sure they plan on having concerts there, but since it opened like just this year, I don't think they had anything planned for it. Just football games right now.
They had it planned out better than I did. Ooh.
Okay, so I'm gonna lead this portion of the campus tour. This is about our residence halls that we have on campus. I'm not sure like the accurate number. I could probably name all of them. I can go by community. So we have the Epsilon, where me and Ashley stay at and reside as RAs at. We have Camellia, Azalea, Stokes, Beta Gamma, and we have the fraternity sorority houses that sit on campus that are part of our housing as well. As far as like, we have what we call the freshman J, and that's where like those residence halls are specifically made for freshmen. So nobody can live there other than if you're a freshman. And with those, they have 3 levels of security, meaning like the first one, when you walk in the front door, you have to have your JAG ID to swipe in to even get inside of the building. The second level of security is like when you get on your specific wing, on the wing that you live on with your door key. And then the third level, of course, is when you get to your door. So a lot of freshmen choose to stay on campus. I know after this year, University of South Alabama is making a requirement that all freshmen have to stay on campus. And I think a lot of people think like that's kind of annoying, but it's actually a really good thing because me, Jakeysha, and Ashley stayed on campus as freshmen. And I think they can all agree with it really helps you build long-lasting friendships, meet different people. You get really close to a lot of people that live on your hall because you see them all the time. Specifically, all the residence halls are equipped with resident assistants, which is what me and Ashley do. So each wing or each floor has one, or each building. And of course, for the upperclassmen, like if you just decided when you became like a sophomore or junior that you really wanted to have an apartment style, Beta Gamma is what we like to call our apartments on campus because they have more of like the kitchens, the beds, and the rooms. I do want to note that if you come to the South, you'll always see somebody say residence hall. We'll never say dorm, simply because we have no dorms on campus. We have no community style bathrooms, meaning you will only share a bathroom with up to like 3 people if you live with that many people. So we typically don't like to call our places of living dorms. We usually go by them as residence halls. Camellia, which is what you see in the middle there, that one was just built. They opened that one up. Was that last year, Ashley, or was that the year before that?
I think 2 years ago.
So I think that was my freshman year. They decided to open up Camellia, and that was one that was like brand new built. It was equipped with 4 floors, and each building is actually equipped with a private laundry room where the laundry is free. And they have a pretty cool app where you can like go on and see the layout of the laundry room. So if you're lazy like me and you don't feel like walking all the way down there and then for all the washers to be taken, you can see the layout of the laundry room, and it tells you when one is available, and it also sends you text messages for whenever your laundry becomes available or whenever your stuff is done. We also have free Wi-Fi. We have free cable. You just bring your own TV and bring your own router. What are some other cool things? Oh, if you live on campus, you have to have a meal plan. So it's like, as a freshman, you have to have one that goes to the CAF, and the CAF is in walking distance. And we do have JAG trains, which can take you around campus, and they run from 7 a.m. in the morning till 10:30 p.m. at night. and there's an app for that, so you can track the JAG train to see specifically where you got to go on campus. To live, you do not have to live on campus. So like if you're registered with the university, I think if you're a freshman, you do. But if you're like a sophomore and up, you don't. You're free to live off campus or on campus, whichever preference you choose. And we do have a lot of, I will tell you, all the freshman dorms come with a twin size bed, of course. But when you get to like the upperclassmen ones, you get the full size beds. Or if you want, Stokes is for the upperclassmen. I think they're taking that away from freshmen too. That was like a private style, like residence hall where you only share a bathroom. It's a Jack and Jill style. So yeah, I mean, it's really cool to live on campus. I've been living on campus ever since I was a freshman, and I don't have a problem with it. The parking passes are only $5 compared to everywhere else where they're like hundreds of dollars just so you can park on campus. So I think that's pretty cool too.
Do any of y'all have cars on campus?
We all do now.
What? Y'all changed up on me.
Yeah, it wasn't always like that because me and Ashley's freshman year, neither one of us had a car. So we would like rely on friends, and I have some family here that would like help us out from time to time. But yeah, now we have a car.
I have a question.
Yes.
So like if you're a freshman and you have a car, can you bring it along, or like do they have a thing against freshmen with cars?
No.
I know currently they do not, but with freshmen being required to stay for their first year on campus, I have a feeling that South is going to put something in place to where it's not an overflow of just freshmen only cars, because we share a parking lot between Epsilon, Camellia, and Azalea, and it also shares some of the parking lot with continuing students who always typically have a car. So myself and a few other people think that South is might gonna put something in place to like limit the amount of cars, so it's just enough for the parking spots. But right now, anybody can just bring their car, and it's just a $5 parking pass for the entire year.
Also, to add on, sorry, Alexis.
Go ahead, Jakeysha.
Also, to add on with parking passes, we have these things called parking zones, and there's one open zone. It's called the gravel parking lot. So if you don't see a parking spot like where your dorm is, you can park your car at the gravel parking lot, and it's not crazy far away from like where the dorms are. So, and then if you have to park over there, like Alexis was saying about the JAG trends, the JAG trend can pick you up from the gravel and take you to a close proximity of where your dorm may be.
Or you can be like me. If there ain't no parking spots, I'll be parking a handicap, or I'll go park like up by the rec where I'm not supposed to park at. But that means you have to get up before 8 a.m. and move your car before parking services comes out. And typically there be empty parks in the morning, just not at night. But don't be like me. Don't be like me. But that's what I do, because I'm not gonna walk from the gravel to my room or take a JAG train when I have a car. But we have a question in the chat. She asks, does every dorm have an elevator? No. Only the residence halls with 3 or more floors have an elevator. So like if there's only 2 floors, then it doesn't have an elevator. Which sucks, right? Because it's like, who wants to walk up the steps? But
Y'all got the real. Now the Cap and Gown crew knows how to park wherever we want.
For sure.
Any other questions about dorms, like specific to South, or like these ladies as RAs probably know a lot about residence halls in general?
You need at least a 2.5 GPA to enter USA.
Was that in the chat?
Scholarships,
that's pretty cool.
huh?
I think that's pretty cool, because like I guess a lot of people don't tell people, like when you get in college, your high school GPA is like trash. Like it doesn't matter anymore, because you start with a clean slate of like you start off with a 4.0, and then whatever grade you get in college determines that. So I think that's pretty cool that it's like if you have a 2.5 in high school, don't get like super scared thinking that you're not going to do good in college, because you get a clean slate.
Do we have to ask questions about the dorms now, or there's still going to be more like time for questions?
I was going to add questions along the way, but if there's something you want to ask now before you forget, you can. Is that Esther?
No, this is Goodness.
Oh, I was close. Go ahead, Goodness.
Yeah, I wanted to ask, so I'm kind of torn between like UAB and USA. So I wanted to know like what's the difference? What makes USA stand out more?
I would say the biggest thing is just location, because I know Alexis can speak on this further, but USA and UAB are like really renowned for their nursing and like the medical field type of thing. But the biggest separation between the two is just location.
Yeah, and I mean, honestly, it would have to be the campus for me, because South was a big yes for me, because our campus sits by itself. Like we have a whole little community within our college campus. Like we got everything. Versus UAB, their campus is like centered in the heart of downtown Birmingham. So it's like your residence hall may be right here, but then your class may be down the street and around the corner. Versus South, like when you're on South's campus, you're just on a big community basically. Wherever you like, when you go to an academic building, you're still on campus. You can go back to your residence hall where you live.
I would say price-wise, I would say South is a lot cheaper. And also spirit-wise, I have a best friend that goes to UAB, and whenever I hear that she has to pay like $150 per semester for a parking pass, it makes me super grateful that I don't have to pay $5 for a parking pass for the entire year. So you also have to consider that. And like Alexis and Jakeysha said, the location with UAB, they're basically the middle of downtown, so all of their traffic goes to UAB, whereas South, you might get a little bit of traffic, but that's just because people are moving to different spots, going to buildings on campus. And it's not like it's outsiders, it's mainly just students or residents or professors or employees of the university that is on campus.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Okay, from Huntsville, Alabama to that college, like how far is it?
6 hours, 5 to 6 hours, depending on how you drive. But man, you ain't gonna get there in no less than 5 hours. Okay. But I think it's pretty cool because literally when you get on 65, you ride 65 all the way to South, literally. You get on that one highway and you're gonna drive that one highway all the way through Birmingham, through Montgomery, through Prattville, all the way to South. So I think, yeah, it's pretty far. But I liked it because I wanted to get away from my mama. So
what's the tuition and stuff?
In-state is roughly 8,000 and out-of-state is roughly 16,000.
Do they check like ACT and SAT scores and stuff?
Yes,
Yeah.
for
Want me to go back to that slide? Should I go back to the slide that you guys had?
Yeah.
Okay. I missed that one.
It's okay. I think Daniela did too. That's who's asking. Here you go. You can also tell her, but I was just thinking about that.
Oh, yeah, for sure. So the ACT is 19, SAT is 990, GPA requirement is 2.5. The tuition for in-state is 8,396, and tuition out-of-state is 16,292.
So like what specific ACT or SAT do you need to like have a scholarship if they give out scholarships and stuff?
I know that South starts with like different scholarships require different GPAs, but I think at a 21, you can start looking at the smaller scholarships. But of course, the higher your ACT score is, the more money you're gonna get. But I really think it starts at the ACT score of 21 to start receiving some type of scholarships.
I can pull that up while you guys are talking. Mr. Bradford had a really good question, which is like, I also am curious because I really wanted to be an RA when I was in college. What was like the secret to getting that opportunity? Jakeysha wants to know too.
Yeah, I want to know too.
Well, Ashley, she pretty much interviewed and got the job. So I think hers was pretty much like, she did a really good interview. They liked her. They chose her.
No, mine was mainly, I was a part of an organization called Residence Hall Association, which is a club within housing. And I was a part of community council and I became like an exec board member. So with that being said, a bunch of people that works within housing helps out with the housing clubs because it's still a part of housing. So I was able to work closely with like the director and like community directors of housing, and some of the other RAs started to recognize me and see my work ethic as like an e-board member. So meanwhile, when I first started off, I became like the secretary, then I worked my way up to be the president within just 1 year of being in community council, and they saw that. So when I did interview, they was like, oh, we already know her. She knows how to do this, this, and this due to being a part of this part of housing. So I feel like that's the way I not got in, but like I was really accepted. But I really say get involved with housing in some type of way, even if that's like just talking to your RA, or if you have a community director, like a area coordinator, like just somebody that's in charge of housing. Just make sure they always see who you are and go to events that housing puts on to really get like kind of like networking in a way.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely the right way to go. For me, my story was like very different because I actually was not involved in housing as much as Ashley was. I did apply my first year, but I didn't get the job, and I was like really sad about it. But instead of letting that like deter me, because I knew it really would have helped me financial wise, I just went on ahead and I applied to be a desk assistant, which they really work closely in housing with everybody else. And I was fortunate enough to where this one guy quit and one of like a RA quit. And I had really great connections with a lot of great RAs in housing who was able to speak up and say like, she worked for this, like she been working hard, she been putting in the work, she deserves this. And I was able to talk to like the director of housing and also the interim director to housing. And like, they were just like, you know, we see your potential, you are a DA, you already know housing, you were already an alternate. So they offered me the position in the middle of the year. So that's how I was able to get on to become an RA. I would definitely say, like, if you don't get it the first time, wherever university you at, don't give up. Because I could have gave up. I could have just said, I'm never going to be an RA. I don't care. I'm done with housing. I could have moved off campus or something. But I still was like, I'm just going to keep trying, going different ways and going other ways to do it. So I definitely feel like Ashley is a great point of reference because she really did. She was in a lot of clubs and stuff related to housing, and that really built her resume up to become an RA. But if you don't want to do that and you're kind of more like don't have time or something, then I would definitely suggest just getting close to the other RAs and just being ready.
Do you get to like share, I guess, like rooms with other RAs, or is that separately?
So when you become, when you become a resident assistant, you get, and that's paid for by housing, and then you also get a meal plan that's paid by housing. I know at different universities it might be different. You might get paid like an extra stipend or check on the top of everything, but here at South, you get your own private room. Some, depending on where they place you, you could get a full size bed, but most of them are a twin XL. You get your own refrigerator. You get to use your own bathroom. You don't have to really share anything with anybody as a RA.
Yes, I did have a private room. It was in the Delta community, and it also had a full-size bed. I had my own bathroom. I had my own closet space. Yeah, I did have a private room.
Is it stressful being an RA?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's not say that.
It's time consuming. It's time. I guess that's that. It's time consuming.
Yeah. It is time consuming. If you don't know how to manage your time beforehand, you will definitely learn within the first week of training how to manage your time. But I would honestly say with COVID right now, it is stressful because we always have to be on our P's and Q's about knowing the policies and when not to do things and how to go about things. And like, COVID changes every day. So the housing department changes every day, and it could be every hour, some days. But other than that, I would say my first 2 years was definitely a learning experience because it is a job. but you have fun with it because you meet a lot of new people and just get to experience different things as an RA as well.
So like a freshman can be an RA or like register or like whatever process they do.
So you have to become a RA for your sophomore year. You have to at least live on campus for at least a full year before being an RA, or at least for a semester before being an RA. So if you're entering South at 2020-2021 school year, you won't be able to become an RA. You can apply during the fall, but you won't start being an RA until the 2021-2022 academic school year.
So yeah, this just kind of goes over everything we kind of just said when it pertains to like living on campus. Right now off the top of my head, because everybody asks like, is it expensive to live on campus? I want to say when I was a freshman, to live in like Epsilon, Camellia, and Azalea, it's probably like $2,700. Now it's like what, y'all? Maybe like close to 3,000.
Yeah.
And that's just because they did just build a stadium, so that's like drove everything up on the low. And then the meal plans are like, I want to say like
1,000 something.
Yeah, like 1,500 around that range. So I would say this: South is very much cheaper compared to other. If you really want a nice university, I came to South because they had really nice residence halls. Like my living space was like a top priority. And my education was too, but I was like, I'm not gonna live nowhere where my room don't look bougie, you know what I'm saying? That's just who I was. So I knew South had that and could offer that. And they still were very reasonable with price. And I know sometimes it's like, you may want scholarships, but South really does work with you. Like if you really can't afford to go, if you're just missing like a little bit of money, I know people who've like had balances that were due at the last minute and they've been able to talk to scholarship services and get something last minute pulled through for them. So I will say that they will work with you.
All right, financial aid. So I'm sure a lot of us or all of us don't want to pay for school out of pocket. So sorry if I'm squinting because I'm on my phone, but it's a question that says, does the school meet full demonstrated need? And the answer is no. So also backtrack. What that means is, does USA like pay for all of your tuition? For example, how Berea College does, but South does not. But you can apply for FAFSA, you can get grants, also you can get private loans, things of that nature that'll help you pay for school instead of just having to pay for it all out of pocket.
And like Alexis said, that South is willing to help you any kind of way. We do have like payment plan options that you can talk to financial aid about. We do have a lot of scholarships that usually typically start up in October, but before actually coming to South, you have to be admitted before getting into like our JAG spot system, which is where all of our scholarships are located, and even sometimes outside scholarships that the school partners with is there. So like Ms. Hell is showing you, that's where it starts. So like I said, you can have an ACT of 21 with the high school GPA of 3.5 and then still get a scholarship. So it's really easy to, I feel like in my opinion, compared to other schools, to get some type of money from South or even from our outsiders, like loan place or like a bank that you bank with, to help pay for South.
I would say South's financial aid process is very easy. Like I know my brother, he goes to University of West Georgia, and like South really does help you through the whole process. Like they have financial aid officers that take you through everything. So what you need to turn in, what this means, what that means. So that's also pretty helpful too.
Did any of you guys get I actually kind of know the answer, but did any of you guys get scholarships from outside organizations that helped fund your school?
I did.
I did too.
Do you guys want to talk a little bit about kind of like what that process was like?
So for me, now looking back on it, I think I mainly asked like small organizations in Huntsville to help fund my schooling. So with like the Huntsville PTAs, I did their scholarship and won. The Corvette Club, I believe it's the Untouchables, if I'm correct. I did their scholarship and got a stipend for a brand new computer or to help pay for school. The Delta Sigma Thetas in Huntsville gives out a scholarship, and different banks also gives out a scholarship for different majors that you might major in. So definitely look at your bank or even other banks to see what scholarships they give out. And I did get one scholarship from South, which is the recruitment scholarship. So I don't know who's the recruiter now for like the Huntsville area, but you are able to talk to them and be like, hey, I'm interested in going to South. Is there any like recruitment scholarship or a scholarship in general that I can get like at this moment? And I know for me and Jakeysha, our year, the guy named Brian, who was our recruiter, we was able to like get that $1,000 for each semester, and that helped out for our freshman year. So you definitely have to ask and talk to people and see what they can provide.
Okay, so like about scholarship, can you still like apply for scholarships and stuff, even like your junior, senior year, and sophomore year of college, or is it just for freshmen?
No, you can apply to scholarships throughout your entire year of college. I have a friend who's a junior currently, who's an engineering major, and he received a scholarship and an internship to Alabama Power to help pay for the rest of his schooling. So it's definitely possible for you to get a scholarship even when you're sophomore and junior. It's not just for freshmen, but it's very much up to you once you get to college to push yourself to look for them, because they're not just going to be like, oh, here's this money, do you want it? Unless you have cool friends that'll like help out, be like, oh yeah, this scholarship is open, you should apply. But you have to be the one to go and look for it and find out the due dates and apply for those scholarships whenever you get to college.
And we can kind of transition. So this is essentially just Q&A time. So y'all can ask these folks anything. I had a question, but now I forgot. So you guys can jump in front of me. Go ahead.
How is the social life at South?
Y'all can answer that one.
Social life is honestly, it's really fun because going back to like living in the residence hall, you meet all these different people, and so they'll tell you about different things that are going on. Like I remember one year, me and Alexis went to this like glow in the dark headphone party. That was really nice. And so, I mean, it hasn't been all that great because of COVID, but other than that, it's really great.
Yeah, South is a very, very diverse campus. So like you see people from all walks of life, and you make friends with people from all walks of life. So it's like Jakeysha said, it ain't social now because of COVID, but before like the past years I've been here, it's been really like a very just busy campus and events everywhere and free food and free t-shirts everywhere.
Yeah. I have a question. My question is kind of like, I don't know, I want to say bad, but I hope it's not bad in your ears. So, yeah. So I wanted to ask about like, you know, the GPA and like the ACT. Why is it that they take it in a low kind of way?
In my opinion, I'm not like, don't quote me on it, but I guess it's to give like everybody a fair chance to go to college, because not everybody like can make a 36 or 28 or things of that nature on the ACT. And so they just make it a little bit easier for you, so to speak.
Also, South is like one of the newer schools. We've only been open for 51 years at this point, compared to like how Alabama's been open for forever and Auburn's been open for forever. South is one of like the newer schools like in Alabama. So South is currently changing. I promise you, every 6 months, something is new at South. So I feel like they have it that low to give, like Jakeysha said, to give people the opportunity to come experience what South has to offer and to get their, and for South to just get our feet wet because we are like a brand new kind of, not brand new, but like a newer institution in the college world.
Yeah, I mean, and I also think it also could be because we're not an Ivy League college, we're a research university. So we don't require like people to be Einsteins to go to school here. You just gotta have the base, base level. And it works out because South is like one of the most accredited colleges in the state of Alabama. So whatever degree you get from law to PT to OT to whatever you get, sports management, whatever you get, like if people just see that you went to South, they're like, oh wow, that's a great school. It puts you a little bit, gives you a little bit more bragging rights too, if you ask me.
And I also wanted to ask, so there are two questions I want to ask. I'm trying not to forget. So there's one. So I asked somebody that, what is the, the weather down there? And it's almost like there's a lot of hurricanes. So I don't know if you can explain that in a little bit. Because like that's kind of scaring me. I don't know why, but it's just scaring me.
Honestly, the hurricane stuff is kind of recent because in my past years, I mean, it rains a lot, but we haven't really like been hurricane heavy like that before. But weather, it's always hot. Even when it rains, it's always hot. It's always humid. It doesn't get cold until like December. And so that can be a good thing and a bad thing, but depends on what type of weather you like.
Yeah, I mean, I will also say that even though like we did have like stuff for hurricanes this year, South was very well prepared for the hurricane. Like I think Mobile in general is an area that has like frequent hurricane warnings. So when I think Ashley, you went home. Yeah, Ashley went home when we had the first one that came through. Sadly, I stayed in here. I'm gonna tell y'all, I slept through the whole thing. So when I woke up and trees was turned over, I was like, dang, y'all, what happened? And they're like, hurricane. I'm like, I was asleep. I ain't even know. Like I think the buildings are having like, they have, let me see, they have like backup generators in most of the buildings that people live in. So the power didn't go out. And South like sent out a mass emails like, hey, if you're scared, meet us at the student center. We'll take shelter together and sleep here tonight. We have food and stuff like that. So
South is very prepared. And I will also say with the hurricanes, I don't know why we had so many this year. But in previous year, we'll have like warnings, and sometimes South do close down and you do get a little nervous, but then you look at the weather compared to like every other day in South, you would think every single day to other people that lives in Huntsville, you would think we'll have a hurricane every day, how much rain we get. So you'll be able to tell, especially after your first month of being on campus, you'll be like, okay, even though they're saying this is like how it's stirring to be like in the ocean and stuff. So you can gauge your own, like, if you should stay or not. Now, if you start getting all those warnings from the city of Mobile to up and dip, definitely up and dip somewhere if you can. But like Alexis said, South is very prepared when it comes to this stuff because we do have like a meteorology major as well. So they be on top of it. And the city of Mobile is always on top of it. And I feel like everybody would be okay. I would rather be here than into like Louisiana, if you want to be honest. So,
and lastly, so I just I got accepted into USA, but like I have a question about the website. Okay. I don't know. It's really confusing. I don't know, like what advice can you give to me for like the website? Because I just look at it every day and it's just like, what am I gonna do? Like I don't know what to do about it.
One thing I can say is most of the things that you'll need to access will be under like the students tab.
Yeah.
So if you're like, as far as like admissions, FAFSA, questions about different organizations, things like that, most of it will be under the students tab.
Or if you ever like had a specific, like if you already know the department that you need to like look up information for, feel free to go to the search bar and type in like phone number to admissions, and it should just pop up like their hours and stuff like that. And also don't feel bad because I even heard some professors be like, I don't know how to navigate South's website and they work here. So it's not just you.
Goodness, do you mean like, did they give you some kind of like portal, or do you mean like their general website?
No, they gave me some kind of portal. I can try and show it to you because, like, I'm right.
Are you
there.
talking about pause, maybe?
I think that the confusing part is their portal.
Oh, well, we can show you how to navigate through it.
Yeah, I'm talking about the portal too. There. I don't know if you can see it. Or
Oh,
like,
did you want to share your screen?
yeah.
Here, I have to stop sharing mine. Hang on.
So this is where like most of it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know. I don't really know. I already logged in before, but like I don't even know how to go back to it and everything. It's just
Okay. Stay on that page and you see where it says pause.
Yeah.
That's what you click on.
Oh. Oh. Oh, now I forgot that one. Oh. You can keep on talking about the next session. I'll look for the GAG number. It's a big one. Yeah.
Okay.
I can also put y'all in touch so that they can coach you through some of this too.
Oh, okay, that would be so cool. Thank you.
No
I just have
problem.
one more quick question. Just how's the food? Like the options, how does it actually taste? You know, just how's the food?
Alexis.
Huh?
She said,
How's the food?
Like at the calf?
Yeah.
in general, like the options.
Oh, I mean, let's be honest. The calf ain't never been just the it place to go. I mean, last year it was pretty cool before COVID because like they had a lot of stuff, like a lot of options. So if you really just didn't have food, like you could just go in there and just find. I know last year I went to the calf every night at 7 with my friends. So that just tell you about how the options that they did have. But this year, I'm actually going to the calf tonight. This year it's okay. Like everything is in to-go boxes and you really can't sit down and eat in the calf. So it kind of took away the fun of like being able to actually sit in the calf and eat. But the options are okay, I guess.
What about, well, like I know y'all said y'all had a Starbucks, a Panda Express. Like, what other food options do y'all have on campus besides the calf? And yeah,
We have Chick-fil-A, Pizza Hut, Panda Express, Moe's. We have this place called Greens to Go that's in the student center, and it's like your salads and wraps and stuff like that. We have Einstein's, which is like a breakfast bagel place, Starbucks, and we also have like something called Delta Deli. It reminds me of something that starts from like 5 p.m. to 12 a.m. is where you can go and get food for like after hours if you just up that late. They have like chicken fingers, burgers, French fries, mozzarella sticks, and like little small stuff that you might can buy at the store if you might not have it in your room for the night. We also have this thing called Pods. It was like, reminds me of like a gas station, but it's like a little convenience store. Like if you need a snack before class, you can go get it there too. And they're also like in the main buildings that we talked about as well. So there's definitely options. And then South is not far away from like a McDonald's or a Subway and stuff.
American Deli.
American Deli, Buffalo Wild Wings, all that.
I don't know if y'all said this already, but we have a pretty cool thing now where it just started, I believe, last year, where if you don't have a car, they have a Saturday shuttle that takes the students to Walmart and Publix. So literally it tells you the times that the shuttle will be at the stop. Show up at the stop with your like grocery bag or whatever you want to do. Ride the shuttle to Walmart. It drops you off, lets you shop, and it comes back and picks you up and brings you back to campus. And me and my friend actually tried it just for the fun of it last year to see like what it's really about. And it was really like dope. Like, they really drop you off at the grocery store, let you shop, and then you can bring as many groceries as you want back, you know, and go back to your room.
That also helps if like my parents, they didn't let me bring my car. So that also helps if you don't have a car on campus.
And you'll make friends too. So like, I'm pretty sure you're gonna make friends with somebody that got a car and they're gonna be like, oh girl, you need to go to Walmart, you can ride with me. Which is why you should stay on campus as a freshman, because your roommate will probably maybe have a car or somebody on your hallway will.
Someone asked that we have a good medical program to help someone major in pre-med. Yes, we do have a medical program. I believe it's very good because I think we're one of how many in the state of Alabama to have a medical program? I think it's definitely under 5.
Yeah, they really. Sorry.
It's definitely that, and I believe we're the only college in the whatever region we're in of like the United States to have like a brand new built simulation skills lab for nursing majors, pre-med, anybody in the medical field uses it. And I specifically have been using it a lot for nursing, and it's really nice. Like they have live simulated dummies in there with cameras. Like the mannequins can have babies. Like you can change. Like it's pretty cool. And pre-med students, I see them a lot. Like they're always in there using that simulation lab to do their checkoffs and everything. So I've heard from a lot of people that the medical program is like up there with the nursing program. It's really good.
And plus at Mobile, we have a bunch of hospitals. So South already has their own hospital where you can go internship or job shadow or do your clinical hours there as well. So, and that's not the only hospital or clinic you can go to do all those stuff.
On one of our tours, I remember we went and like saw the medical school, and it was actually really cool. Remember that? We got to like touch the organs and stuff. That's the only thing I know about it. And one of my friends went to med school there, but pre-med, I'm not sure.
Okay, we have a question that says, how is engineering or computer science programs? Well, me and Ashley, we actually know one of our friends. He's in the engineering part. And then I have a close friend of mine, Ashley knows him too. He's in computer science. So I've been in Shelby, like, because I used to be a tour guide. My freshman year, I worked as a tour guide, so I had to know everything about the buildings and everything about the majors. They're really good. Shelby is really nice. Like, and their building is split in half. So one side is engineering and then one side is computer science. So it's like they share that building, and they have like labs, and they just have so many different programs to offer when it comes to engineering and computer science. I'm not tech savvy, so I knew that wasn't for me, but a lot of my friends who work in the departments, it's pretty cool because when you get up into your major in general, like you start to see the same people who you started out with your freshman year, and the class sizes just get smaller and smaller. We already have small class sizes, but like you'll probably be in a class of like 10 people, and y'all will be in engineering class or in computer science class together, and y'all form y'all own little group. So from what I can hear, Ashley can maybe, or Jakeysha can chime in, they have really good programs when it comes to engineering and computer science.
Yeah, I like what she said. I have a friend that like he loves engineering. It is a lot of work, and he would definitely tell you that, but he loves it and loves the program here. And like I said, South is connected to a lot of people in Mobile, so we do have Alabama Power here, which is like engineering galore to him. So, and like I said, they gave him a scholarship and opportunity to work with him. We also, I know he and also another RA has an internship at NASA in Huntsville. So our engineering department really does help you out with like, okay, you need to start looking at internships and jobs your sophomore year so you can start preparing and building that resume. And I also learned that if you did want to get your master's in engineering, South offers a program where once you get to a certain GPA and a certain amount of credit hours, you can go ahead and start working on your master's and be done within 5 years of like getting your engineering degree or even a psychology degree if anybody wants to do that. So it depends on the major and the department you go into where you can get that master's within the 5 years instead of doing 4 undergrad and then 2 to 3 in masters.
That's pretty cool. Actually, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, we just found out this year.
I mean, I also think South is pretty cool on the end of, I don't know if this is just me, but I feel like, I guess with my nursing program, it was kind of hard for me to stir off the track, but it's like when you're locked into the college that you want to be in, South does like everything in their power to keep you on that track. So like when you meet with your advisors, they're like, okay, we're going to put you in this, and this, because this is going to get you to get your degree faster or to get you up out of here so you don't be in here studying for 10 and 11 years if you don't have to. And they also have a medical school, right? Doesn't South have a medical school? So like if you wanted to do your doctorate here, you could.
Ashley, would you share a little bit about like why you're choosing to do grad school? Like you've gone there for undergrad and now you're like going to grad school there. Like what made you decide to stay at South? Or like, can you talk a little bit about that?
The reason why I'm deciding to stay at South for grad school is because the program I want to join is the Masters of Sports Management, and it is a brand new program that's only been open for 2 years now, including this year. So they're not requiring a GRE for me to take, the GRE. There we go. They're not requiring me the GRE to take it and to get accepted. So all I need is a 2.5 GPA, which I have over that, and a personal statement, and they'll look at my application and I'll be good to go to master to get my master's. And also they have a graduate assistant program here. So the graduate assistant program in general for South, it will cover your tuition to get a master's here. And you can also work to get a stipend each month. So currently you can get a $3,000 stipend per semester. So in total, $6,000 a year for just helping out, getting some experience in the field you want to be in while getting your master's for free. So those are like the two main reasons. And I guess I just can't escape South.
She love it too much. Do we have any medical field people in here who like are interested in doing nursing or anything?
You've got a couple. Goodness is planning to be a doctor. Cam, it sounds like, is interested in medicine. Mackenzie is going to be a doctor.
Oh, we love y'all. Let me tell you something.
Danielle,
I thought I wanted to be a doctor.
We're like all medical. Sorry, I'm going to stop talking.
I thought I wanted to be a doctor, y'all. I'm going to be honest. I was like, I'm going to be a doctor. Then when I seen all the schooling, all the money, all the tests, I was like, ooh, my heart goes out. But nursing is like, I guess most people, I don't know, for me, nursing is just like a secure job. When I graduate, I can start off making $90,000 a year if that's what I want to do. I can go travel the world if that's what I want to do and still do what I like, do what I wanted to do in my field. And it's like, the program is so straightforward. Like in May 2022, I'm done with school. I take my NCLEX and I go out into the world and start practicing as a nurse. So, but I definitely feel like I have a friend who's pre-med and business. So she's getting her business degree. So when she does graduate and get her doctorate, she can open her own business, which I didn't think you needed that, but I guess you do. She's doing both, and I commend her because let me tell you something. The doctor, they had me at organic and inorganic chemistry. When they said that, I said, no, I ain't doing it. All the maths and the calculus, I couldn't do it. And Mr. Bradford, that shade at you, because I took calculus in high school and I was dying. I did not pass the AP exam. I said, I will never take this in college.
Okay, you said you had some friends who are like pre-med. What are their like I don't know how to put it. Are there like you just said one of your friends is taking pre-med and business. Like what other major are people taking that are taking with like pre-med?
Oh, okay. You mean like what do they take in addition to pre-med?
Yes.
I know when I was thinking about becoming a doctor, I know you had to get into medical school, you had to have another major. And the reason she chose business, I believe, was because it made her stand out. Because it's like most people do like psychology, or they do, I'm trying to remember which ones they commonly do with the medical degree. So when they get to
like biology.
Yeah, like that, stuff like that. So you can, I guess it's free range because she's doing business, and I'm pretty sure she's going to get in because I ain't never heard of nobody doing business. And she said she chose business because it's more easier because pre-med classes are already like super hard. So if you have something like business where it's just like your regular economics and macro and microeconomics, it's not as bad as far as you majoring in biology. You got micro, you got standard, general biology, all that stuff. So
also know some people do kinesiology as well. And then do the pre-med track.
Wait, what is kinesiology?
Kinesiology is like the study of, this is so bad because I'm in the class right now.
Come on, man. That's your college. That's your college, baby.
Basically, kinesiology is like human anatomy, but more on the sports related side. So we will be talking about like injuries relating to certain parts of your body. So we won't be talking about like, oh, cells. It'll be mainly like muscles, tendons, ligaments, tear. That's kinesiology.
And you can get a job with that, right?
Mm-hmm. So with kinesiology, you can get almost any job. You can become an athletic trainer, a physical therapist, occupational therapist. You can also become a personal trainer, a nutritionist. Example, me, I can go into the sports management field, a coach, a doctor, orthopedic. I know some people might do kinesiology and then go to pre-med for orthopedic surgeon. So yeah, you can really make any major what you wanted to make. You just have to stick to the goal that you have for yourself.
Oh, thank you.
No problem.
Y'all, we have time for maybe like one more question, but y'all know I have to plug, please, 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 if you're not the one asking the question, fill out that form that's in the chat. I really need y'all to do that. So please do that even just like now or like right after the call. Daniela looks like she's gonna have our last question then.
Oh yeah. So like my question is, what advice would you give like an upcoming freshman coming to that surrounding from like a different backgrounds and stuff and not knowing like what to do? Like what are like the do's and don'ts and stuff? Especially with like older people as well, because people tend to like befriend older people and that could be like a bad thing in some places. And like college parties and stuff, like should you lean towards focusing on school and stuff, if that makes sense?
Oh, go ahead, Ashley.
I would say do focus on school because that's what you're here for. But don't separate yourself so much to where you don't get the college experience. Because I know sometimes some people come into school saying like, oh, I'm just gonna focus on school and that's it. And then they get to their senior year and it's like, oh, dang, I didn't have the college experience. Like, yeah, I got the degree, but now I wasted thousands of dollars and didn't get the experience that I wanted or needed out of school. I will also say do surround yourself with people that has the same mindset as you. So if you surround yourself with people that's like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna go party from Monday through Friday and then hurry up and do my assignments at 11:50 when it's due at 11:59 on Sunday. Don't do that. Make sure you're around people that's like, okay, I'm gonna do my work first, but before I go to this party, or I'm gonna do this before I take a trip to the beach this weekend, or that basically they know how to balance their work and play life at the same time. So I definitely say don't be scared to come down here and experience something new because you'll always meet somebody that's either similar to you, has a similar background, or that's somebody you can relate to. Because there's always different organizations on campus. Like we have certain like minority organizations or LGBTQ organizations, or just like housing, if you're passionate about housing. If you want to go into PT, we have PT clubs. So there's always something for you to do that is best for you here at South. And if you can't find it, you can always make it up and create something new that you think people might be interested in.
Yeah, and also how you said like about making friends with older people. That's okay, but in the like have fun, but in the same sentence, don't like do too much because you never know who is watching you. And when you want to join these organizations later on in your college career, like for example, me and Ashley knew this one girl. She went to a party and she was like doing too much, and then she ended up throwing up everywhere and everybody was talking about it. So like you want to have fun, but don't do too much because you never know who is watching you, who knows your name, stuff like that.
Yeah, that's definitely a great point to make. I don't know. For me, my advice would be, since most of y'all are talking about these pre-med majors, I'm not going to say have too much fun, but while you're a freshman, enjoy being a freshman, because you may think like, like freshman year was my most stress-free, non-having to do stuff year. And now I'm in my first year of nursing school and I barely got time to go eat half the time because I'm so busy with classes and trying to concentrate in 4 or 5 exams in 1 week and having to make hundreds on exams and stuff. So if you're like a pre-med or any major, once you get into your major, you're literally not going to have time to do anything because you're just, Ashley, she's always focused on like, girl, I got to graduate. I'm trying to get up out of here. I ain't got time to do nothing. I don't want to go out. None of that. So it's like you really got to make sure you're making the best of your time. So have your fun your freshman year, but when you start getting into your major, you're going to look back and say, well, you know what? I'm looking back now, it's like I had a lot of fun my freshman and sophomore year. So I don't feel bad that this year I really don't do anything because I'm in school all the time.
Effort.
He's so shady.
Boom, 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 boom.
Did Jakeysha tell her advice? Oh yeah, she told us about throwing up. Don't throw up.
True story.
Very, very true story.
Yeah, this is super awesome. What?
Wasn't she from Huntsville, y'all?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I know exactly who y'all talking about now.
Oh gosh, here we go. Daniela or Alexis, would you mind if I share your contact with Daniela? She wants to major in nursing.
Oh.
Don't do that.
This is a care plan that we're working on now. Like I have to fill all this out. So this is just half of the work plan. It's gonna pay off definitely.
I mean, like, I'm mentally ready for all the work because I know what I'm getting into. And like nursing for me, like I'm like naturally, if that makes sense, like a caretaker. I don't know if that makes sense. But like I nurture, even though I don't have a child myself, but yeah, you get it. So like the stress, yeah, I can endure the stress because I know it's gonna pay off someday. So
oh, girl, it's gonna pay off big time when you graduate
yeah.
you get that job, you get that paycheck.
Yeah, yeah. So like, okay, so like, since you're doing the same thing as me, what are like the do's and don'ts, and like, what should I focus more on, or like strive towards more on?
Get a good GPA. My GPA coming out my freshman year was a 4.0. And I know that's probably like 4.0, but literally that's because my classes were so easy to me. Literally keep your GPA up so high to the point to where when you apply to be in a nursing program like I did, you get early acceptance. You don't have to do nothing but turn in your application and you in the nursing school. That way, when you get in nursing school, you have room to like make a C, make a D, make like a little, you have leeway so you can still graduate with a good GPA.
Okay. Because like right now, my GPA is a 3.8, but it used to be like a 4.2 because I was like in the IB program. Do you know what that is? But since I moved schools, I was taking out that program, so it kind of like messed me up a little bit. But I'm still like there. I'm still striving for better grades and stuff.
Oh yeah. Just keep a high GPA, child. So when you get in that nursing program, you get early acceptance is your best friend. You have to get early acceptance. That way you're not like these other people who didn't get accepted and now they have to be pushed back a year. But you apply for early acceptance your freshman year. So that's why I say come in strong.
Okay, so like what other schools? Because right now I'm looking at Jacksonville. Then like I could put this school on my list as well. Do you know other schools that have like good nursing?
UAB.
Stuff? Oh yeah, I've applied to UB too. So
that's all I pretty much. UNA has a nursing program. That's all. Maybe Miss Heller can help you out with that one a little bit more. But I just know South was in my front vision because that was the number 2 school in the state of Alabama under UAB. So that's why I was like, I'm just gonna go to South because I know I would get a good degree and I'll be able to work anywhere.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of schools have nursing. Calhoun has a very good nursing program.
Yeah, don't doubt the community colleges because I should have went that route and saved a bunch of money and you get done in 2 years.
And they have that big nursing school over in Decatur. So it's not even like you have to be like, I'm only in Huntsville. Like that campus is beautiful. Wallace State is another community college. It's a little further away, but they have a nursing program. Yeah. We can talk more. Danielle will always be talking to me. But I really do think, Danielle, you could ask Alexis or you can get it from me, her contact info, and y'all can talk more. We're gonna let them go, guys, unless they have more that they want to share. If there's other questions, I can get in touch with them, so you can send me questions and I can give it to all three of them. If there's like, you heard something Jakeysha said that you want to hear more about, or Ashley or Alexis, I can target that info. So y'all can filter that through me. I'm sure that they won't mind sharing their contact info through me as well. Y'all were awesome. Please do the form. Tour guides, obviously not you guys, but students, the form is in the chat. Do the form. Super. Thank you guys so much. Love y'all.
Love y'all.
I miss you guys.
We love you, Miss Ella.
Bye guys. Have a great rest of your day.
Bye.